Today we're going to take a look at how pharmaceutical companies forecast how long it might take to develop a new drug or vaccine, given the inherent risks and uncertainties in the process. Drug and vaccine development is a long and complex project. After initial evaluation that includes animal testing, drugs or vaccines must undergo a multi-phase human clinical trial protocol before being eligible for commercial release. Phase 0 of human clinical trials is optional. It looks at the effects of the drug on the body and how in turn the body deals with or metabolizes the drug. Phase 1 clinical trials focus on safety. During this phase, dosages and side effects are evaluated. Phase 2 is a preliminary evaluation of the efficacy of the drug, usually against a placebo, and further evaluates its safety. Phase 3 involves a final confirmation of safety and efficacy. Also, during this phase, the effectiveness, dosage, and side effects are further evaluated. And finally, Phase 4 involves an ongoing evaluation and optimization of the drug, efficacy, dosage, and side effects over the market life of the project. Each phase may not meet its objectives and fail. For example, during Phase 2 of vaccine clinical trials, it could be determined that the vaccine does not protect people against infection. Some drugs and vaccines fail their last clinical trials or are even pulled from the market during the sales phase. Even if a drug meets the criteria to go into human clinical trials, the probability that it will be approved can be as low as 10%. The process of analysis of the chance of success for a drug to make it all the way to the market is called probabilistic branching. Here's a typical simplified schedule of clinical trials for a hypothetical vaccine. It includes 3 trials and deployment. After each trial, there's a process of FDA approval. Each trial has a certain chance of success or failure, which in each particular case is determined by the pharmaceutical company. Based on these probabilities, it is possible to calculate the chance of success for the vaccine development. In simple cases, it is possible to calculate the chance of project success without any tools. However, in development and testing processes that have many branches, particularly if there are nested branches inside each phase of the clinical trials, you need to perform Monte Carlo simulation to determine the entire probability of project success. Moreover, each trial is a complex project that could take months and include multiple activities. Each activity may have multiple uncertainties in duration and cost, which increases the risk of meeting dates and budgets. For example, one of the most common uncertainties in drug clinical trials are related to recruitment of subjects. To determine the duration of each trial, the following process can be used. Risks are identified. Their probability and impact are determined. These risk events are assigned to project activities and resources. Monte Carlo simulation of the project schedule is performed. This generates statistical distributions for duration and cost. Finally, risks are ranked and critical risks are mitigated. The process can be repeated during the trial if new information becomes available. Here is an example of a risk analysis for a vaccine development project. The left histogram represents the project finish time, while the right one represents the project duration. You can see 4 groups of bars in each histogram. 3 groups are associated with the cancellation of each phase of the clinical trials. Because of these possible cancellations, the project duration will be shorter. The groups on the right represent the successful completion of the clinical trials and vaccine development. Based on this analysis, from the start of the clinical trials it will take between 12 and 16 months for a successful deployment of the vaccine. Is it possible to reduce the time of the project? Yes, by mitigating risks affecting the project. Monte Carlo simulation helps to determine critical risks which need to be mitigated first. For example, it could be performing a careful clinical trial design or accelerating recruitment. For more information, our book, Project Risk Analysis Made Ridiculously Simple, provides a step-by-step guide to project risk analysis. Or visit our website, intaver.com. If you like this video, please let us know by clicking the like button or subscribing to our channel. Thank you.